Scorpio, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. We're in Virgo season. We have a lot going on this week astrologically as well. Uranus is going into retrograde, which will make all 4 outer planets in retrograde, plus Chiron, which is known as the wound healer. And those 4 planets specifically target like our spiritual growth, evolution, those deeper life lessons, however you want to see it, and force us to kind of make changes. You know, they might be testing and challenging of who we are, who we thought we were. We're also having a full moon in Pisces this upcoming Sunday. So, and it's a lunar eclipse, which is just kind of like maximizing that vibe that I was talking about. Lunar eclipses force us to look at ourselves. It's internal reflection, right? It's the things that we need to change within ourselves, and not always the most fun things to look at, right? Like we all kind of want to believe we're doing it right, or, you know, justify. Maybe it's easier to point the finger at someone else, which is probably true and legit, and like validate that within yourself. It's this value of kind of like understanding that deeper lesson of like why we bring in certain people or devalue our worth, or, you know, make excuses, give people hall passes, that type of thing, right? Because relationships that are willing and able to work with us are being highlighted just as much as those who aren't, right? And I think in the midst of all of this, we're being challenged, forced to connect with our own level of empowerment, or just kind of like believing in ourselves even when other people won't, so that we can do something amazing, fabulous, that really kind of just connects with the desires of our heart. Pluto in Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, Aquarian energy, brings in this value of innovation and new ways of like connecting with people, community. It's very utopian, you know, it is about peace, balance, harmony. And I feel like as we're moving through these changes of readjustment, of seeing who and what is that and who and what is not, it is bringing up some difficult stuff. It's giving us a platform, but it's also not so easy, right? That's why I like to start off these readings with an energy cleansing, just to set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out those places we might feel blocked or limited. It's a great time to set your own intention as well, Scorpio, especially if you have something on your heart, on your mind, something that you would like Spirit to deliver messages around. Definitely give that over and be open to receive. It's a really great way to personalize these collective readings. I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you're more interested in that realignment of self, your mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. It's basically that value that like when we're feeding into our self-love, our self-care, when we're doing good things for our mind, body, and soul, that's really where we're able to operate at our best, our highest and best, manifest the desires of our heart, align with our happiness, our fulfillment, our abundance. We can't do that when we're like not feeling well, right? So I would love to help support in whatever way possible. Definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it, Scorpio. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see and understand the messages clearly. Help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. All right, Scorpio. So your energy feels a little bit distracted. Yeah, as I'm picking up burden of tears, I was hearing like distracted, maybe a little depressed, or just like not feeling it, you know, like in the way that emotions might be getting the best of you. Like, I don't feel that they're necessarily running you over, you know, it's not like you're in these major, I don't get that energy. I get the energy of just like this element of bleakness, just feeling a little apathetic or like down and maybe not even knowing why, you know. We are in change of season, transitions can be a little annoying. I feel like they're definitely annoying right now because the astrology has been forcing so much change upon us, and we've definitely been going through it for years. In astrology, anytime a planet moves into a sign, a new sign, it's like, you know, there's always that buildup, then you cross the threshold, and then there's that come down. And that's kind of like what we've been navigating through, especially as Pluto moves into Aquarius. We have the opportunity to connect with things that are more vibrant and heart-honoring, things we're excited about, passionate about. Unfortunately, we kind of have to weed out the BS to get there, right? And that's what feels a little bit more dicey. There are certain things that we either want to cling on to or are clinging on to us. And I feel like for you specifically, that's managing or manifesting in your emotions this week. Whether it's struggling to decide to make peace with a decision around someone, around a situation, or even just like allowing the emotional to kind of continually suck you back into the situation, what was said, who did what, you know, where that anxiety can definitely manifest, overthinking, overanalyzing. But it also looks like topically you've been in this waiting period a little bit, waiting for something to sort itself out. And you're getting the message that it's coming. It's coming. It's hard to play the waiting game, especially in modern culture, because so much is so instantaneous. However, here's the thing. I don't know, maybe this is a little bit altruistic, but in these times, it's often suggested, if you're trying to like make the best of it or live more of a positively minded life, you flip the perspective, right? Like, especially if you're feeling down and out around certain situations, it's not about getting stuck in that. Yes, grieve what you need to, feel your feels, but then also come out of that. See the silver lining, see the blessing, see the benefit that something brought. I was just talking about that with someone today, you know, and it can be as simple as like, we were talking about like a household task, how they can become so overwhelming and whatever, you know, but if you put a positive spin on it, it's not a bad thing. And then it makes you think about all the other positive things, you know, that come along with it, right? And it's a tool of affirmations. It's not going to magically change everything, but it helps you feel better. And that's where I'm suggesting it, because as you're in this waiting game, as you feel like you're disconnected from your abundance on some level, I think to that capacity, twiddling your thumbs, you know, there's the Seven of Pentacles coming in for us. You're waiting on something. This could be love. This could be a love relationship. It doesn't have to be. It could just be something that you want to connect with that's going to add a lot of value to your life. Whatever you're trying to draw in, whatever you're kind of trying to bring in that's like making you feel like you're going to level up, like once this thing arrives. And it looks like you are drawing it in, right? Because you've gone through this phase where you had to witness duality from people, places, and things. Like I was talking about, people are showing their true colors. It's how they really feel about the relationship, whether or not they value it or not. And it looks like, I kind of feel like a lot of that stuff for you is a done deal, or that's how it looks. And now you're just waiting to receive something. And you know it's coming. Like, you know it's coming. I feel like that's also the annoyance. You might not know where it's coming from or who it's coming from. Whatever you're waiting on is also waiting a little bit of self-protected mode. This is someone who like really wants everything put together before they make the next step. That can be a slippery slope as well, right? Because, you know, whatever, like you're never gonna have enough money, or, you know, like I was saying this, I think I was saying that in Libra's reading, but I was listening to this thing this week, and this guy was just saying, he's like, there's always room for improvement, right? There's always things that we can do to like better ourselves or like up our game or whatever it might be. And that kind of looks like where you and whatever you're drawing in is mirroring each other in that respect. It looks like someone is also coming from a hard time, you know, that is also being mirrored. And I feel like they are still trying to heal with this Five of Pentacles energy. They're still trying to make peace with what has happened in their past, just as much as you're feeling that energy loom and linger. And I feel like they're trying to make sense of it. Like, what does life look like now moving forward? They are moving forward, and I feel like they are moving forward to you. And it also looks like it's not that long. Three of Wands signals like we're waiting for our ships to come in. Traditional tarot shows it as like this guy can see them, you know, they're almost at the port or the dock, you know, but it's just a matter of time. And you're looking the other way, you're doing your own thing, you're like annoyed, but also kind of not doing much about it. Like you might be hermiting yourself a little bit too much, Scorpio, or not putting yourself out there, or letting some of those past experiences that have hurt you, that have put you in this position, kind of like dictate how much you're putting yourself out there or connecting with new experiences. Ooh. Okay, this just got messy quickly. Let's look. Okay. But I think maybe fairly so. Okay, so it looks like, and this is probably, okay, so it looks like you kind of still have some things that you're cleaning up from the past. And that's why it is taking a little bit longer. And like I said, yeah, because where it's going, sorry, I got a little thrown off because it gets a little bit sticky at the end of your reading. Eight of Swords, Page of Wands, Knight of Pentacles in their energy. So this is someone who's like really limiting themselves, you know, and I feel like this is past energy that like keeps going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They can't quite choose. They can't quite decide. This might be the person that or situation that you're dealing with where it's like they say one thing, do another. It's just you can't get a clear answer. You can't get a straight answer. And again, like whatever is being confirmed to you is exactly what you don't want, because it brings you back into this state of emotionality. Like, you're showing up as self-protecting, and there's a very good reason as to why. But here's the thing. This is the main point, Scorpio. If you keep allowing this to siphon your energy, then you are going to stay stuck in this cycle. And I hear that you see that. It looks like you see that. Or whatever is coming up, whatever this person is doing, it's giving you the clarity you need. And this is what it says. I'm supposed to have fun at the bottom of the deck. I know that it is important to work hard and play even harder. Life is not supposed to be bad. You know, I mean, I think, yes, there's a lot of suffering. I'm not negating that. I'm not trying to make some unrealistic statement. But at the end of the day, like, we have to choose if we want to be happy or not. That's just the reality. There's always shit. People are going to be shitty. There's always going to be shitty things that happen, you know, and it's unfortunate. It's sad. I wish it wasn't that way. In my rose-colored glasses world, we'd all get along. You know, that's like my MO, but it's just not true, unfortunately. Ayurveda looks at diversity as the way to grow involved. It's what is the catalyst. And you being able to see, to understand why it doesn't feel good is so important. I am just getting started. I love this because as much as your energy might feel like you're so far behind, remember, there's new life that's awaiting. It's a blank slate. I know that each breath confirms that I am alive and far from finished. We forget that. We put limitations, time restraints, constrictions on what we should be doing, and a lot of times they're unrealistic. It's great to have goals. It's great to, you know, be the best version of ourselves. but we also need to be realistic in those pursuits. And remember to celebrate ourselves. I am celebrating me. I know that it is important to celebrate each win, no matter how big or how small. So maybe remember that this week, Scorpio, right? Like, okay, shit happens. It's not fun. At the same time, you can celebrate what you've overcome in some of these dynamics. And again, you're being given exactly the information that you need to around this. It's almost like someone can't help themselves, right? And it is showing a lack of maturity. It's showing resistance, stubbornness, someone who just like really doesn't, they want what they want without doing the work or without kind of finding what it actually means to be in a reciprocal dynamic. I was also listening to something about that, right? Like relationships really are about certain values being exchanged, value of goods, so to speak. And when someone can't contribute, what's the point, right? I am loved. Yeah. So just remember that. It's hard to feel loved when other people aren't loving us, or when they're being selfish or trying to trigger emotions, trying to get a reaction, a response, etc. But we all know love comes from within, and we're the only person that can really give us ourselves that love that like really satisfies and nourishes our soul. Yeah, outside affirmation, validation is amazing, but it's short-lived, and unfortunately or not, we're the only people that are going to be with ourselves the rest of our lives, right? I know that it's incredible. I know that incredible things happen when I surround myself with supportive people. And that's what this time is all about, right? It's not about focusing as much. I mean, here's the thing. We need to realize who and what these dynamics are that are kind of infiltrating or, provoking us, triggering us, that are not supportive, that are toxic, etc. But we're using that as a platform to connect with the dynamics that are, and it's not easy. It's not easy because it can go either way. And that's where the fear comes into play. But keeping yourself protected, it looks like, Scorpio, it's only keeping you in this cycle, in this loop of someone provoking, triggering, it's the same shit over and over and over again. And you know this, right? I think you're trying to get out of it, but I think maybe you just need some more clarity. You need more confirmation, so to speak. So I hope this helped. Sorry, it was a little long-winded, but I hope it helped. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I'd love to hear, or just say, hey, share, and a little love, a little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support to the channel. No, it blesses my heart, and I'm sending love and blessings back to you.